Yeah, well, good evening. Welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV. Yes, it is. The weekend is upon us, and we have nearly got the P next to our name on the league table. But do you know what? Apparently, it's the worst championship season ever. That's what a lot of people are saying. Don't know who they are. There are people out there saying it's the worst championship ever. Have a word with yourselves. Come on. I mean, Portsmouth beating Ipswich in midweek. Who would have thought that was coming? And then they beat Middlesbrough last weekend. Who would have thought that was coming? Well, it was all due to Agent Chaplin and Agent Bishop. So thank you very much, lads, for doing that. Absolutely fantastic. And we have a special guest on tonight, all the way from Australia. Yes, it's the man that was stood in the crowd 25 years ago at Villa Park saying we'll be back. In 2001, John Melany will be here, and he's going to be talking to us all about the history, how he become a Coventry City fan, and also the story behind the sign. And I have a surprise for you guys tonight as well. There's no spot the ball, unfortunately, but I have a surprise for 200 fans. Okay, so I've got a surprise for 200 fans. All right, and I'll come across it a little bit later on. But before we start, I just need to bring this up straight away. The reason is there's only 3 tickets left. Okay, this is our end of season fans forum next Thursday, the 23rd of April. There's only 3 tickets left. The link is in our YouTube description. It's also over on our X page and also on Facebook. So 3 tickets left. We have halftime entertainment, and after the show, we have entertainment as well. Anyway, that's enough from me. Let's get rid of that. I have got a little bit of a cold, so excuse me if I interrupt with a little bit of a cough. But let's get the team in. They're all ready to back me up here. Let's bring in Claudio. Good evening, Claudio.
Good evening, Miles.
Good evening. All good? All good. Excited.
Well, I think I might wear this tomorrow night.
No.
You know why?
No.
Why not?
No. That's fake, that one. No.
They're all fake unless you buy it originally.
No. You're not wearing that one. Look, listen, you can't wear that one. Well, you can wear that one tomorrow night because Mickey Quinn got a hat-trick in that, didn't he?
That's why, yeah, exactly.
I'll let you off. I'll let you wear it.
But I won't wear it tomorrow night. I'll wear my usual clobber.
Oh, God. Not them blue shoes.
No, not the blue shoes.
Brilliant. Right then, let's get on. I'm going to struggle tonight, boys. Let's get Jack in. Good evening, Jack.
Evening, guys.
You all right?
Yeah, good, mate. You?
Just about. Getting there. Typical. Unbelievable, I tell you. Really is. Now, listen, you all excited?
Yeah, why wouldn't we be?
Huh? I'm just saying. You don't look very excited.
Big day tomorrow, Miles. Big day.
You ain't going to sleep tonight, are you?
I'm just hoping he remembers to pick me up, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there you go. Let's bring in the man who's been in London today. He's had a very exciting day. He was up at 5 o'clock this morning, caught the train to go down to London, and he's interviewed Gordon Strachan today. It was going to be me, but Ken filled in. Good evening, Ken.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening.
You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you very much. I had a very enjoyable day down in the smoke, if you like.
Good.
It was very good. Yeah, very enjoyable and very interesting.
Brilliant. Yes. Well, we'll ask you a little bit later on about what went on today. Then you can tell people as well. Right then, let's get this man in then, shall we? There he is. Back in 2001 at Villa Park. We'll be back, he says. He says, we're going to be back. And it looks like we are going to be back. Everyone's been after him all week to get him on their shows, but we've managed to get him on here, which is absolute pleasure. Please welcome John Melany, please. Good evening, John.
Hiya, guys. Delighted to be on. My son watches it twice a week, so always tells me about it. So I do check in sometimes, but yeah, it's great. It's good to be here.
Brilliant. And how's sunny Brisbane?
Well, it's not sunny at the moment. It's 4:30 a.m. So it's pretty dark. Have a look out the window. Yes, it's dark out there. It's 25 degrees though, so it's not cold.
Oh, I bet that's nice, isn't it?
Well, it is. Yeah, autumn's lovely here because it's nice. It's like English summertime. About 20 to 26 degrees. So just nice.
Wow, fantastic. Now listen, let's ask you first then about that sign. I mean, what made you take that?
Oh, it's bizarre. It's me and my son were living in Binley Woods at the time, so we're sitting at home waiting for our mate to turn up, and he rang and said he was running 15 minutes late. So just something happened in my head, and just thought, I don't know what it happened. It was just a flash. So I ran out into the garage, and there was a bit of wallpaper there. Ripped it up, felt tip on it, put it in my pocket, and I forgot about it then till about 15 minutes from the end of the game. So it's because we'd got the train into Brum. Plan was to stay in Birmingham because stop in Broad Street for the night out afterwards. Thought we were going to go down. We're going to go down in style, and so forgot all about it, and 2-0 up. We thought, oh, maybe it's not going to happen, because obviously we knew we had no real control. But how we got on was irrelevant because we could have still gone down if we'd have won, couldn't we?
Mm.
But such is life. I got it out, and then it all started. Then the cameras were on me. My son was standing next to me. My mate Robbie, he was on the sick from the jag, so he ducked down. So he spent the last 15 minutes on his knees trying to pulling at me to put it down because all the cameras were suddenly coming behind me. It was a. But yeah, I worked in Birmingham at the time, so a lot of people who worked for me, Brummies, Aston Villa fans, and that, so I've been having the mickey taken all week, telling me stuff, So I think it was more because of that, because I knew they were in the stand opposite and giving us pelters. I mean, the Villa fans were not very, they were enjoying the moment, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, well, they would do, wouldn't they? They'd revel in it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they weren't very kind about it, So, and then when the game finished, we all left, and there was a bit of a punch-up going on outside. So we ended up in the bar behind the stand in one of the corporate bars. We get in there, and suddenly it's all on the TV screens. So all these Villa fans are raging and all that, and then they're all pointing at me, So it's a bit of fun anyway,
Brilliant.
So in the end, we got a cab into town, and of course it was on in every TV. We went on to every pub we went in. It was up on the screen, and then the news come on at 9, and it was showing it again. So just went on forever. So it kind of took away some of the pain, because it was really painful time, wasn't it? It's it was a difficult. Well, who was to know? The plan was then we'll be back. Was that we'd be back with a glorious season next year. So that was something to look forward to. And of course, next morning I woke up with the most terrible hangover. Goes down the paper shop, as I normally do in the village at Binley Woods, and now I'm on it every paper. It's bonkers. So it put a smile on my face, I do have to say. And then the following weekend, it was I was on. Somebody rings me up. You're on the front page of the program today. So that's it there, just up there. See at the program. So the last program in the Premiership, so I've had to wait 25 years then before it goes up. But it's been a long time because, I was there sitting on the pitch in 1967 against Wolves. So it's been a special time. I was only 4 when we moved to Coventry, Nicholl Street. So my house looked out across on the West End. So it's the football ground was my playground as such. Me and my mates would be in there. Always thought I was the top scorer for Coventry ever because we'd score about 10 goals a time. When we'd be playing football on the pitch, till the groundsman come running out screaming at us with the dog, and Of course, we knew every way in and out of the ground, so we never paid him for years. It's so it was a special time. So we'd clean Jimmy Hill's car. His old sky blue Jag he used to have in the day. They all knew us. We were the local scallywags. And then the bottom of Nichols Street was the big giant house where all the apprentices lived. Don't know if you remember that. But,
yeah.
And we'd be there. Like we'd always be playing football with them. In that little bit of spare thing where the West Terrace, where you go into the turnstiles there to the West Stand. We used to play football there, with me and a couple of my mates, and we'd play with like Mick Maguire and Jimmy Stevenson. He was a lad from Ireland. Jimmy Holmes, all those players, went on to have good careers, So they'd ask if we want tickets, so we don't need them. So we know if we want the ground, So we could slide under gates, everything, because we tried everything. So it was like a playground for us. Brilliant. So the day of the Wolves game, we were hidden in the back of the in the long grass at the Cop. Do you remember the big long grass at the back there? So we were in there and ended up on the pitch then, and like everyone else, ran on there. I was probably 9 or 10 years old, so it was a long time. So my first game was 1964 when I was about 6 or 7, Coventry versus Reading, and it was in the original promotion from Division 3 to 2 to 3, 2 to 1, I think. So it's been in my blood for a long, long time. So delighted to see what's happening, and it's lovely to see the city, see all the pubs full of people singing and the happiness and joy, because we need it. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Long time coming.
It has. It's been an absolute long time coming, and we're sort of all made up because we've seen it. Apart from Jack hasn't seen us up there, which is amazing, and it's fantastic for people of that age and also the younger generation. I mean, there's a little girl that comes to. She's been to every game this season. Kimberly won't mind me mentioning her. Little Portia. She's been to absolutely every game. And she's loving every single minute of it all, and you can see it in her, how excited she is. And last weekend when Middlesbrough got beat, she was crying because we're there virtually, we're at the P next to it because of the goal difference, and she was crying her eyes out, bless her, and she's only young, and she's only ever seen us, on the rise, and to go and to try and get there is amazing. And it's like Claudio with his lad and my lad. They've never seen it, and they've followed us through, League Two, and all the way back up. It's just been a roller coaster of a ride, hasn't it? Really, to be honest with you,
it has. I mean, you could make a film of it, and the fall and rise. So it's because I mean we had tough times in the old First Division when we first went up. I mean, it was painful at times watching in the early '80s before the cup run. It was, there'd be something like 10,000 if you were lucky in the ground some days. A game against Wimbledon, that was something to look forward to, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, oh blimey, Wimbledon on a cold, wet night.
Absolutely,
I think we played them in the Zenith Cup once midweek, didn't we?
Yeah. Yes, I remember that. Yeah. Well, I've been at all these places, and losing in semi-finals, going to Wolves in '72. In the quarter-final, and having my front teeth kicked out when I was 15.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, after the game. So that was a real pleasure.
Yeah, sorry,
Mark.
I was 10 years old. I was 10 years old for that game. My dad wouldn't take me because he said there will be trouble. He didn't want to take me.
Well, Coventry fans had ran on the pitch, I think, the year before, and tried to take, in their wisdom, tried to take was it the North Bank, was it?
South Bank or North Bank, wasn't it?
South Bank or the North Bank, yeah, one of them, and wasn't a good idea, I don't think. It's pretty ferocious there after the cup final, anyway.
So, I mean, match of the day, I'll remember it. At the end of match of the day, Gary Lineker said the smug Leicester, well, I can't swear on here, but the smug Leicester, you know what, and he finished off with you showing that sign. I mean, it was like it had to be Gary Lineker, didn't it? You know what I mean? It just had to be him, you know. And he's smug. The way he said it was really smug.
That's right. Yeah.
And do you know what?
And
do you know the best thing about
background music was Dido?
Yes,
a song by Dido, and I remember going into hospital and over here in Australia, and about to have 6 inches of my intestine cut out, and that music was on at the background before I was going under. I thought, oh, this isn't a sign, is it? You know, so
the only bonus going up now is that Gabby presents it.
Yeah.
So happy days. We've got a
she's a good one, she is, isn't she?
Yeah.
She looks well as well.
Yeah, she does. So, you know, and she lost her dad recently, bless.
I know, that's a shame. He was a great guy. We all loved him up there, you know, because we used to go up to the Sky Blue Club was our first port of call when George Curtis used to run it. So we used to play for George's pool team. And, you know, and my mate Dennis used to was his squash partner. You know, and he used to let us all in. We'd all go in before the game, and he'd let his pool team. There was a little door there which opened into the West Terrace, so he'd let us all through in there free. You know, so
did you ever pay for it, John?
Not till I was about 20. After when I was about 13 or 14, my brother was a program seller there, so I used to help him. And we always got him free then. So we'd be right by the tunnel where the players came out. That's where the program sellers would stand, right in front of where the little wooden thing Noel Campwell used to sit in. I was like, so I've had my fame with Coventry City before, because every time we're on Match of the Day, at the end of the game, I'd walk past the screen just as the players had come off, and you'd see a little kid with an anorak on, like the old Alfred Hitchcock would walk past the screen in his films, you know. So every time we're on the TV, they'd also notice and see me at school the next day, you know. So it was a bit of fun.
So how many years? How many years didn't you pay then? How many years?
I probably only started paying him when I was about 18. And then I got to 19, and my wife's future wife's brother worked on the gate, so we used to just turn up and climb over the gate, you know.
Yeah. So it was a good 10 years. So it was a good 10 years. It was a good 10 years.
Oh, we had a lot of fun. Let's put it that way, you know. So.
Hold on then. Doug's just rang me. Doug. Yeah, it's 10 years. Yeah. So how many thousands is that he owes you? About 20 grand in today's money, Doug.
Yeah, well, he owes me a few bob as well. You know, we'd be the ones living outside the ground, we're on the pitch shoveling snow before games and that. You know, so it's we've done all our bit up there. We used to help paint it in the summer. There'd be the reserves and the youth players would be there painting the terraces sky blue. You know, the stanchions, and we'd help them with that and that. You know, so it was good old days with that club. Very special.
It's amazing stories, isn't it? It's fantastic, isn't it? It really is.
Oh, I mean, it is.
To have those memories.
Yeah, I was when the stadium burnt down in 1968. Me and my mate were in there scavenging in the evening when all the cameras and all that had gone. You know, so we had leather footballs down the park at Primrose Hill for about 4 years. You know, so we took loads of football, loads of old training kit as well, you know, which would little bit of singe here and there and stunk of fire, but you know, it's all good.
It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. We'll get a bit more off you in just a sec. Let's get a couple of comments in quickly because we've got loads coming in, and then we'll come back to you again in a minute, John, and we'll find out a little bit more about you and the Sky Blues.
Lovely.
Nathan Brain says, hi all, I really enjoy this podcast. Thank you. We're almost Premier League. Mark Patman says, evening guys, really looking forward to the game tomorrow, hoping a nice 3-0 win for Premier League bound Sky Blues. Liam was. It's always the worst championship ever when you don't win it or get promoted. Coventry, bad news about Tats, may be out for the rest of the season. Foxy Muldoon says the championship is such an epic league. I'm genuinely going to miss it. Big Pete, good evening, guys. If we get our required point tomorrow night, do you think there'll be a massive party outside? There'd be a massive party inside, I think. Saturday night, can't wait for the Blackburn match. We'll see our promotion from the championship. Then the championship. Keith Cov could actually win the title tomorrow, but we won't know until the other games are done. Can I wish my mate at work, a UPS driver, Paul Ackerman, a massive good luck on Wednesday? That's from Kevin Collins. There you are, just done it. Ralph says, good evening, folks. Shame Sakamoto won't be playing tomorrow. We really miss him. I would give Marcello a chance on the wing. Wayne Brewerton. Hi, John. Wow, the iconic pick. I remember you from the old Stoke Old Boys rugby days and discos you used to do in the 4PS.
4Ps.
4Ps. That's from Wayne Brewerton.
That's right, Wayne. I remember Wayne. Yeah, played rugby with his dad. Stoke Old Boys, great club.
Brilliant, brilliant. Evening, Jonah. Jonah says, mythical guest pull here. Yes. He's becoming quite iconic himself, Jonah. Keno, hi, JKMC and John. That humble piece of wallpaper is an iconic part of City's recent history montage. Did John ever think that those images would be so enduring? They've actually, because it's with the archive now, isn't it, John? And they're taking,
it is, yeah.
They've done a replica of it to take to the game tomorrow.
Yeah, brilliant.
Because they didn't want to risk taking the real thing. Basically, that's from Jim Brown. He told me.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He told me to tell you that.
Good old Jim. I've enjoyed his books over the years.
Yeah, well, written 8 of them. Everybody buy them. Richard T, iconic sign. Hope you don't mind, but I've made my own version for the Portsmouth game. Custo Audio, people saying the league is poor because the parachute yo-yo teams aren't smashing everyone and running away with it. It's a strong league for exactly that reason. Can't underestimate anyone. The Last Boy Scout, American here. I might be more excited about you guys going up tomorrow than you are. Oh, interesting. We're picking up some American fans now. Rich T says, so many of us fans have sons and daughters who have never seen us in the top flight. Exciting times ahead. It is. Mr. Imberay UK. Hi, John. Nice talking to you the other day. Shame you couldn't make it. Hope the wife is okay.
That's Dave K, isn't it? Hello, Dave. How are you, mate?
That's Dave, yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, we go back a long, long way.
Oh, good evening, Dave. Sorry, mate. I didn't recognise that. That's obviously from 20 years ago, that photo. Keith.
Yeah. That was when he was at Ullathorne, you see. It was a tough old school.
He'll have a word with me tomorrow night now.
Yeah.
Keith Cov, what's the ceiling for, Cov? Watching a vid this week where they suggested a yo-yo club was our ceiling. For me, it's way higher. No reason why we can't be challenging for Europe. Oh, I'm liking this.
Oof.
Let's hope Doug gets the message. Paul Collins, greetings from Barcelona. Not sure how I'm going to watch it. Well, it's on Sky, so it will be on somewhere, won't it?
Yeah. There's an Irish bar down the Ramblers. The Ramblers down in Ramblers. There's an Irish bar halfway down on the right-hand side, I think, if I remember correctly, in Barcelona.
If you're going down towards the water, it's on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Well, whichever side. Yeah.
There you go.
I've been in there. It's good.
Brilliant.
It's amazing how we can just help out fans that are in Barcelona because we know where the Irish pubs are. That's the most British thing ever, isn't it?
I know. My lad Will, he's gone to Belfast tomorrow, so he ain't coming. And he's put a post out on Facebook to see if he can get hold of any Cov fans that live in Belfast. And apparently he's meeting up in a sports bar in Belfast.
Brilliant.
Which would be great. Yeah, which would be brilliant.
Anthony Pettifer, I stood there as a programme seller in front of the manager's dugouts.
Yeah, fantastic. Great time. Hearing Noel Campbell swear constantly through the whole game.
Whatever happened, here's one for you. Whatever happened to the programme sellers walking around the front of the stands? you remember? They used to walk round the front and you, oh, mate, here, pass us one.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I remember more the pie sellers and the
pie
cups
sellers.
of tea. You know, I used to love a pie there in the old days when I was in the West End.
Did you get them for free?
Yeah, program sellers, it was good fun. Always had a spot at the front. Best seat we were standing up. Best place, because you saw to see Bobby Charlton and Georgie Best and all that, to be about 2 foot away from them, it was fantastic, Brilliant times.
Brilliant.
Paul Cuttiford says, just like John, I used to use the back door of the social club, Strikers Bar, to get in the ground. I used to crawl under the turnstiles in Thackle Street.
He wouldn't be able to crawl under now.
I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah, I think I'd struggle as well.
Dave Saul says, what a magical guest. Fabulous. Great story, says Trevor Merriman. Keith Cole says, I always paid, but in those days you could buy a ticket and have a pint at half time for a few bob. That's true. The amount of times I used to remember in the main stand, you go in, there'd be some kid in between your legs, somehow getting through between you. And you get nightmare, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
Dear Mick Kelly, a few sherbets might be had tomorrow night, I think. Dave says, hi, John. It was nice to... Oh, I read that one, didn't already. Put it twice. Stephen
Don't give him more airtime.
Harry's all right, is Dave. He's a bit mad and he wears a hat. It's tomorrow promotion day. I'm feeling it. 25 years in waiting. From Forest Green to Wembley and back to our rightful home of the Prem. Feels like the club is ready for it now as well.
Oh, it's just amazing.
Greetings. I'll read it out because you've got a bit more there. Greetings from Barcelona. Not sure I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I think my partner Jack back in the UK will be having his phone in front of the TV. Well, as Miles just said, there's that bar on, is it the Rambles, you say?
Ramblers. Las Ramblers.
Ramblers. It's the main strip. It's the main strip down to the waterfront.
Right. Ralph Wiggins, I remember that Wolves match. We were so confident we would win, but Richards and Dugan soon spoiled that. I was in shock driving back to Wales instead of Coventry, and my mates sent me the wrong way. That's quite funny. Ian Smalls, hi all. I hope the genuine celebration can start. Pompey for the title. Flying over Tuesday for both home games. Brilliant. I'll read this one. Last time I went to Blackburn Away was when Wilson's last minute, says Cov 9290. Ian Small says, this is a good link for you, Miles. John's book prompted me to put a CCFC tile in my pool in France.
Yes.
I did the same. I had one put in my pool in Spain. I had a holiday home in Spain. And I was in there with not a great command of Spanish. So it was meant to be just CCFC in the middle of the pool. Of course, it's when I got back, when it had finished, it was about 2 meters square. You can actually see it from satellite, CCFC on the pool. And I couldn't believe it. Jeez.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, listen, I mean, we're going to come back to you then, John, because you had that sign, and I hope you don't mind, but I've printed 200 of these for the mighty Sky Blue Army tomorrow. We're back. I know there's only 200 and there's 7,500 of us going, but I'm sorry, I couldn't afford to print 7,500 sheets of these, I'm afraid. I was very lucky. I bought the paper and my boss let me use the printer at work. So there's 200 of these I'm giving away tomorrow. So many will be gone on the coach, first of all, and whatever's left, I'll be outside the ground tomorrow night. Please come and grab one of these off me. Let's show them in the crowd tomorrow night. It'd be absolutely brilliant. And as I say, I'm sorry I couldn't print 7,500. I do. Imagine that, couldn't you? Boss, can I print 7,500 of these, please, boss? So, John, you had a book then. What's the book all about?
Well, everybody kept asking me, because of the big furore about it, because it lasted for ages, and then it was, there'd be, then the Telegraph had won a story, and you'd think it had died down, and then it'd start up again. But I thought somebody said write a book, and we were in the pub, Rose and Crown and Walsgrave Road was and then the Walsgrave, that was our 2 ports of call after the game. You know, the big crowd allowed. We all played for at the pub at the Rose and Crown, Whitmore Rangers, for many years, so all buddies together. Nothing to do with the Scottish club, by the way, because as a bit of a Celtic fan, you know, I must reiterate that. And we ended up with a few drinks, and somebody ended up betting me, and I said I could write a book. Anybody can write a book, you know. And of course, I left school at 15, you know, with ADHD. So it's so anyway, I waked up the morning and they said, "Don't forget, you've took on this bet now." So the book was going to be a year in the season. There was a lot of books coming out at the time of that, you know, the glorious season of promotion or winning the cup or something like that. So that was the initial plan. But after about 5 or 6 games, I began to realise it was we were losing a bit of mileage, and it might not happen. So, and it might be a bit of a tougher season than what we thought. So I had to develop other stories. So it was a long, hard year writing the book. But I was determined after, you know, if your football mates give you a bet, you can't give it up, because the banter, you know what the banter's like, you know. So it was a bit of fun. This Mike McGinnity and Richardson helped, you know, with selling it at the ground and that. So yeah, it was a bit of fun, you know.
Is it still available? Can people get hold of a copy?
No, once I moved to Australia, because it was still for sale on Amazon for quite a while, and I did think I should maybe write a final chapter for it and just put it for free up on Amazon, you know, for people could just download it as Kindle readers. So just as a way to finish it. But people, I've seen it copies for sale in Japan for £100. So now it's almost like a collector's item now.
Wow.
So we sold about 5,000. So it was quite a lot for a book. I didn't realise you don't make any money out of a book, you know, but it didn't make a loss. So it covered its costs. Let's put it that way. You know, that's Amazon brilliant. Make all the money. They take it all.
But I mean, that must have been a great sense of an achievement for you then to take that bet on and beat your mates to it and achieve what you did.
Well, it was great fun. So, and then we had the book launch down at Coventry North Cricket Club. So I had Danny Thomas there, my old mate Dave Bennett, and Lloyd McGrath all come down. So that was good fun. You know, it was a night of the old Soul and Scar. I used to go to Motown House in the Binley Road, the pub there in the back room. That was what the place where everybody used to go in the early 70s. My mate John Callaghan runs the Motown House now in Coventry. It's on at the Sky Blue Tavern once a month now. So it's all the old geezers who used to go back in the day. You know, so Dave Kay would have been there many years ago.
I wonder if he didn't have his tea cozy on then.
I don't think so. No, he'd have got it was Crumblies and all very stylish. We're all suede heads in those days.
And how did you end up moving to Australia then?
I think Sisu was the biggest help in that. You know, that I couldn't take the stress involved in that. You know, it was a tough old time, but I'd always fancied it. And I had a place in Spain, and I was thinking, you know, provide a good opportunity for my son who was just about to go to university, and that. So up we went. I just wanted a new adventure, you know. It was so it was great. It was great. I've got two lovely grandkids out here now. Little grandson Kieran, all in his little. He's got the orange and the sky blue Cobb City kit and a Celtic kit as well. Because his mum's from that side as well, up in Scotland, and my son's got all the football kits. Still obsessed in it. As I say, I'd have been there like a shot, but unfortunately, I can't make it. I'd have loved to have been there for the last, but it's sort of how hard it is to get a ticket. So I wouldn't have took some. Everyone asked me why didn't I come over when it was Wembley, but I've seen them once in 20 years, you know. So I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon, you know. I watch every game live over here, so it's still in my still in my heart, you know, and still in my blood. You know, I bleed Coventry, you know, but you know, it is what it is, and it is a phoenix which has happened. It's a new club now, really, compared to the club when I left. You know, it was there's a lot of negativity about the place, but it seems fully rejuvenated now with Doug King, doesn't it? It's done a hell of a job.
Yeah, I mean, what's it like following it from over there then? Because we have Ethan who comes on. There's a young lad, Ethan. He does a YouTube channel. He lives in Australia, and we have him on sometimes. And he's a teacher, but he wears his shirt round with pride. But what is it like following the Sky Blues from the other side of the world, where it's easy for us to go to a game? There must be like, you must get itchy feet thinking, "Oh, I wish I was there today."
Yeah, it's very tiring. Let's put it that way. With the games on at 4:45 in the morning, or 5 in the morning, or 2 a.m. that kind of stuff. So try and get an hour's sleep and get up for the game. You know, so it's pretty difficult. But luckily, in the old days when CISO were there, you know, I wasn't going to pay for iFollow when we were dropping down the league. So it's you know, I'd always see the goals on YouTube afterwards, you know, because they were always up. But I tried to make out I wasn't interested, but I'd always check in to see the score and that, because it never leaves you, does it? You know, but living this far away, it was painful to see, because I was angry at the time with what they'd done with it, moving to Northampton and that. And I doubt if I'd have gone, but I took other friends like my mate Kev Monks. Never missed a game. I understand all that, you know what I mean? But it did divide the fans a bit, and it was really sad to see that, wasn't it? But
yeah,
hopefully that's all forgotten now. It's and people can enjoy the ride, and the new generation of fans, because I've not seen away fans like that singing, and the atmosphere. It wasn't like that in my day. There'd be a few hundred of us, and you know, yes, we took thousands away to certain games like Liverpool, 10,000 and that, and 55,000 for the Charity Shield, but there's like a genuine, complete new faith in the club and belief. Let's hope it doesn't get ruined with a season in the Premier League, but because I've loved this championship, it's been fantastic. You know,
yeah,
I really enjoy watching the games. It's how football's meant. It's more of it's still like a working class game. Excuse me. It's you know, it's physical. There's a bit of fun. Any team can win at any one time, and that. And I watch Match of the Day, but I don't get much. I wouldn't watch a live Premiership game if it wasn't Coventry. I've got no interest in it.
Well, it will be Coventry soon, mate.
I know it will, but I'm just hoping, with a few of the really good players we've got, and the addition of some real quality, but you know, it's a tough old thing to do, isn't it? You know, unless Doug gets a 400 million buyout and we get taken over by someone who's going to really fund it, you know, I think it's going to be difficult, but not worth thinking about at the moment, is it?
No,
Let's enjoy enjoy the next couple of months.
Can I just say?
Just got to give it a ride, didn't we? You've got to give it a ride. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
Can I just say, every time somebody mentions Premier League, Jack smiles.
Look, we've been waiting for this of my entire life, and it's coming true. It was very nearly Saturday. It's going to be tomorrow. I just can't wait. I really can't.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean very nearly was on Saturday? It was. Middlesbrough got beat.
Won, it was mathematical.
Yeah, I know. Stop with your accountancy malarkey. Forget that. Millwall ain't going to score 33 goals.
They don't have to. It needs to be a swing of 33.
Well, whatever.
Realistically, we're up. But we need the P next to our name, as Claudio keeps saying. When it's confirmed, tomorrow night's a party. We've been saying for months it's going to be Ewood Park, and it will be official tomorrow.
Well, if you don't cheer up, you ain't having none of my champagne I'm bringing on the coach.
Miles, I've got an announcement to make. I don't want to forget
Go on,
this.
Then.
Well, tomorrow, a young man, Josh Clark, is going to be 21. what a day to be 21. It could be
Wow.
a magnificent birthday. So happy birthday from all the team on Sky Blue Fans TV. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. I think I can remember 21. Can you remember 21, Ken?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You sure?
That shadow of doubt. Yeah.
I can't.
I can't.
Oh.
I'm glad you can. I can't.
I can.
I was 21 when we won the cup. So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember mine well. It was the day I got engaged as well. So we had a party at the old Mercer's Arms, which is one of my locals.
The old
Mercer's Arms outside on Swan Lane.
Yeah.
Corner Thackle Street, Swan Lane.
I've got to say, John, you had a lot of locals.
Oh, I did. Well, it was what we did in those days, didn't we? We started work at 15 and off we went. You get a job easy in Coventry in those days, you know. So, it's a pretty well-paid city as well. You know, it's probably the highest-paid city outside of London. So it was good old days for a while.
Yeah, there's a lot of pubs around Highfield Road as well, weren't there? To choose.
Oh, there was. I recognise your face, Ken, from following the city over the years. I can remember seeing you there at games and that, and many of the pubs I frequented.
I was at Villa Park that day as well.
Yeah, he never paid either.
Yeah. It was perks of living outside the ground. In the summer, they used to have a Jehovah's Witness thing would be up there. There'd be about 15,000 people there, and they'd have all flower boxes all on the ground on the pitch. So after they go in, me and my mate would go in and we'd pick up these flower boxes and go around selling them all around Stoke and Hillfields, you know. Another time we got locked in the ground because the ladies at the reception all knew us, and there used to be the Sky Blue Buttery, the cafe. Do you remember the cafe at the corner of the stand, the Sky Blue Buttery? It was so we'd be in there, and one day they'd left us in the main stand, locked us in. So we were in the players' bar and everywhere. So we had a few soft drinks, and began to realise how we're going to get out. And at one stage, looks like we're going to have to jump out of a window, and there was a skip there with grass in from cutting the grass, and thought we're going to jump that, but we checked the gates. One of the sliding doors had been left unlocked. So we managed to get out there that way. So, yeah. I've slept in the West Terrace stand one night when I come home, and my dad gave me a new key to get in. Went to open the door at 3 a.m., come back from the Locarno, wouldn't work. You know, sometimes those keys won't work because I never tried it. So I climbed through we had this little gate in the West Terrace. You could kick it and it would bounce open. So I ended up having a sleep on the floor in the West Stand bar. Went home with a box of curly whirlies at 7 a.m.
Brilliant. I've just got a quick shout out as well, if you don't mind me saying. I don't know if you've noticed, I got a new sign here. It says Sky Blue Fans TV LED sign. Thank you, Shelley Bartlett on Facebook. She made it myself, but I've also got 4 for the panel as well. So you've got Claudio's got one, Jack's got one, Vicky's got one, and Ken's got one. So thank you very much for that. And also I've got a prize for the what's it called? Thingy. Stag and Hen. The Stag and Hen next week. I've got a prize offer as well for that. So if you want any light boxes designed, she's done my DJ one as well, and it looks brilliant. Thank you, Shelley. Right then, let's get a few more comments in then, and then let's talk about the up and coming match tomorrow.
So watching the Premiership darts, there's Foxy Muldoon background laughing that they still allow cheerleaders. Who remembers the Sky Blue crew at half time? Wouldn't be allowed now. They should bring them back for the Premier League. They'd be a bit older now, but you know,
a lot older.
The less deceived. Good evening to you all. A fan from Monzo in Italy. I hope Saturday I'll be able to run around the park in my Tramlines replica. The players and Lampard have been great this season. US Sky Blue. These US bandwagoners. I was stood near John that day at Villa Away. Smart idea getting in the bar. I got kicked multiple times outside the ground trying to get back into the car.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. It was a difficult time. You thought that it felt a bit sorry for us, but that's Villa fans, unfortunately, isn't it?
Yeah. I always said, Rob UK says, I've always said I'd like to see us back in the top flight before I die. I'm 67, so hopefully I'm okay for a few seasons in the top league, but it has worried me a tad. Rich T, my uncle was a steward at the Sky Blue stand and my cousin a programme seller. That's how I started going. When I was old enough, I became a steward, so different to the stewards of today. Andrew Pettifer. I was selling around the pitch at Highfield Road with Leicester fans ran past me to the West End. They ran back to cop with City fans approached them. On TV, you see me carrying on selling. Steve Johnson, my first game was in 1963. My dad used to take me home and away on a Lambretta. I'm going to celebrate by having a nice cup of tea and a sausage casserole.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Hi, guys. Says Mark Reed. A win at Blackburn tomorrow. Rod Stewart gig Sunday. Beat Portsmouth Tuesday. Fly home Thursday. Date on Saturday. What's that song by Craig David? Pre-match drinks Sunday at Dillon's. Beat Deadpool. The best week ever. That's a full week, that is, isn't it?
It is.
Craig Robinson from the Sky Blues Fans Forum. Is John watching the Blackburn game? What time would the game be on in Aussie land?
It's a 5 a.m. kickoff, so yes, I'll be up. This is me practice run this morning, getting up early, so it's so I'll be ready. So I'll be watching the game in bed. I'll be up at about 4:45 to see the fan. Hopefully, see you sign sometime during the game.
I hope so.
Yeah, Michael Harding. 2 of the 3 teams that came up from League One had money to burn. I think it's one of the strongest leagues for years. That's it's true. They spent loads, haven't they?
Yeah.
I accidentally trod on Dave Speedy's toe in the Rose and Crown on the Walsgrave Road.
Yeah, all the players used to come in after the game, so because that was our local, so we were big buddies with Cyril and David Speedy. Dave Bennett was a great guy. So yeah, we had some great times with that. After the semi-final against Leeds, we all come back, and all the players and all the wives came in afterwards. So we had a fantastic party that night. Went on till about 4 a.m. It was brilliant. Great times.
Superb. Keno, is nothing going to stop us now number 1 yet, Marlsey?
I don't want it to get to number 1. I just want it to get in the top 40.
Yeah. US Sky Blue, John's made me feel like a complete mug. Not only do I always pay for season tickets at Eiffel Road, I used to pay to get into reserve games too.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was just the perks of living by the ground. You know, we paid for it other ways. We helped that ground. You know, we were always in there helping out, doing things for them. You know.
He really recognises Ken from Bintley Maggie Chipper.
No, John's never been in Bintley Mega Chip, have you, John?
I've seen all about it. It's but I don't think I've been in that one. But I know all that neck of the woods.
This is from Peter down south. He says, John, remember the Rose and Crown on Walsgrave Road when the City players used to come in after the match? They bought a pint if they won and got booed if they lost.
Now we had some great times in there. You know, it's Dave Speedy was a naughty boy though. It's he used to walk around with putting clothes pegs on the back of people's jackets and shirts and that, and that was a bit of fun. And then he decided that condoms, opened them out of the packets, putting them on people's shoulders was fun. That I think Val, the manager of the pub, didn't think it was very funny one day when she had one on her shoulder. But he had a really, really sick sense of humour, but it was funny as hell. Sorry.
We interviewed Speedy a few months ago.
Yeah.
This is Mark Strong, showing my age, but just about remember the Sky Blue crew. Still can't believe we are going back to the promised land and would love to see us going up as champions. Anyone heard the club are selling flags for the 2026 EFL Championship champions? Darren McAntony said on his podcast that he thinks we will stay up next season and he knows his stuff. Plus, we'll owe them an extra 1 million from ENC if we do stay up next season. Yes,
I do know where there are some flags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't say because they might get into trouble.
And Joyner says, yes, John, we used to go to the Rose and Crown after the games. Killer came in on someone's shoulders after the semi-final.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that. It was brilliant. It was my mate, one of the Stoke Old Boys lads. You know, it'd need to be a rugby player to lift Killer, wouldn't it? Picked him up. One of our lads picked him up and put him on his shoulders. It was just a crazy night in there.
Willie 9480 says, I remember in about December 81, went to Villa away midweek, where we took a following of around 25. I remember one year, Newcastle bringing around 7 fans that had already been relegated. I think me and Jim spoke about this on the podcast last night, where in the season, we nearly got to Europe in 77, and they'd been relegated, and we drew 0-0.
Yeah, I remember that game, and there was only 7 Newcastle fans in the end. It was crazy, you know, because normally those guys travel in massive numbers, don't they?
Seems like we like drawing 0-0 with teams that have already been relegated.
Yeah. I'll read these couple out and back to you then. Mike Malion says, hi, John, great to see you're still a staunch Sky Blue fan. Not sure if you remember me. With my brother Rich, I was friends with the Whitmore lads, such as Dave Mooney and Pete Reeman, is that?
Yeah, that's Mick Mallion. He worked for the Telegraph, one of the writers there. Great guy, top fella. And of course, Rich Mallion, great lads, loved them. And Dave was my brother-in-law.
Oh, it's a good job you remembered him then.
Yeah.
Don't win one. Greetings from Ashford, Kent. Blackburn is a bit far for me, but the Kent Sky Blue Army will probably have a meet-up tomorrow. We'll be at the Wrexham game for the trophy lift. Great content, guys. Cheers. Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Stuff. I used to work in Ashford in Kent many years ago in the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Me and my friend Dennis went down to Folkestone for the summer season and ended up playing football. Signed on for Folkestone, and our manager at the club was Peter Sillett, John Sillett's brother, the ex-Chelsea and England player. So we had a great season down there, enjoying life.
Brilliant. And just this one here, Miles. I'll do this one. Marco Sullivan. I used to play golf with Big John and George. I was a neighbour to me. They were so friendly. Right, back to you.
Love it. Right, just a few announcements then. I've booked my tattooing, guys.
When is it?
So it's all booked in the 6th of May, 6 p.m. It's a Wednesday evening.
So we can all gather outside.
You can all come along and video it because I'm absolutely pooing my pants. So, yes, there you go. And I'm going to stick with it because I said if we go up, I'm going to have it tattoo done. So I'm having the tattoo done. So if you want a tattoo, then please head over to instinct.co.uk. They are doing special offers on Cov badges. So it's 100 quid for black and white one, 120 quid for a colour one. And I'm having a colour one. I'm not bottling it out. I'm having a colour one.
Yeah,
so there you go. And Will's having his done as well there, but not the same day as me. He's having his before me. Also, up on tonight's show, don't forget to get your player of the season in. So you get that in now, and you can email only info@skybluefans.tv. You will win next season's home shirt or away shirt, and it's an email competition only. So please get your entries in early. Again, I will put this up. There's still 3 tickets left for our end of season forum at the Stag and Hen, Bishop Street, Coventry. I was there on Monday night, and I was on BBC West Midlands, but they were meant to ask me 3 questions, but unfortunately Paul spoke too long, so they could only ask me 1 question. But I did take my little Chewy with me. There's Chewy. He came with me, and we had a lovely time. Everyone was giving him a fuss, saying, "Oh, it's Chewy from Sky Blue Fans TV," which was lovely. So everyone recognised him, which was nice. And I had some bloke come up to me, was starstruck apparently, and he wanted a photo. And I was like, I'm only a bloke who follows Cov City. It was ridiculous. So yeah, a bit mad. We've also got, like we've been saying, we want to get this in the top 40. We've got a couple of weeks to get this in the top 40. Starship, nothing's going to stop us now.
Who's who, Miles? Who's who?
Who's who?
Well, we know who's
who.
Which one of us is which one of them?
Well, we know yours.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's have a look. So that's there, and then that's there. But there you go. There you have it. So Ken's the one on the right. Claudio's the one on the left. Obviously, Vicky's in the middle. Jack, you're the other female, and there's me at the back. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know, it's brilliant, isn't it? It is good, isn't it? It is good. That was from Elephant Head. Also, don't forget, meet me outside the ground tomorrow night. I'm hoping I haven't got to give my ticket up because I'm feeling rough. We're back. Come and get one of these signs. I've only got 200. So come and grab one and you can put them up in the stands tomorrow night and hopefully get yourselves on TV and stuff. I will be giving them out on the bus tomorrow as well, which would be great. Right, where's Claudio gone? He's vanished. Peace. John, peace and quiet. Claudio's gone. So
I've checked him out. I see a bit of a DJ I see as well. And yourself, you mentioned, Miles.
Yeah, that's right. So become DJing on match days down by the ground, which is fantastic. Yeah,
I bet.
Check out my Instagram. You'll see them all standing on the tables last weekend. It's brilliant. Yeah. DJ Miles is on. Have a look at it on Instagram.
Yeah, I will do. I still DJ over here in Australia. Vinyl DJ those Northern Soul,
old school.
Pardon?
Wow.
Old school. Yeah, old school DJ.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a lot of us all all the British lads who still got loads of vinyl, and we all DJ. Lots of big Northern Soul. It was a big thing back in the day in Coventry as well.
Is there a lot of it outside, or is it indoors more, or do you get a mixture of both?
Oh, it's all indoors.
All indoors.
Big halls with we have a place called the Polish Club, so it's proper old fashioned, like an old working man's club. Nice. It's got to be a wooden dance floor, nice and shiny for the dancers.
Fantastic! I bet that's great fun. So you're still doing it now?
It's great doing. We do a Caribbean to Coventry night, which is ska and reggae, which was all the music from the early reggae which first came over, the early ska, Prince Buster and that, and plus all the specials and all the other two-tone bands. So it's great.
People it does sound good. It really does. Yeah. I mean, to be able to do that in Australia.
Up with Coventry City shirts on, and people you've seen in Brisbane, but you didn't realise they were from Coventry.
Wow. So you could set up your own supporters club.
Well, there is an Australian supporters club, but I think we're kind of there's some guys down in Adelaide who my son's chatting to. I think there's about 7 or 8 of them there, so there's a gaggle of them as such. But the rest of us are a bit sporadic, because it's like in these cities, there's in Brisbane it might be like 30 or 40 miles from one end to the other, so you can be along. It's like the equivalent of somebody living in West Brom and us living in Coventry, where you wouldn't drink in the same pubs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's very spread out.
Yeah, I bet. So it's like with having that space. It must be, because it's such a big country. It must be really difficult for anyone to to get anything together like that? Or is it just your disco one? Is that just all locals around that area, or do they travel 30, 40 miles?
Oh no, people travel all over. I mean, it's they go. They have each year a different city will then host a Northern Soul event or a mod event, and that. So it's all lads like me, you know, and their partners, you know, all guys from all, you know, Birmingham, Coventry, Manchester, every city, Liverpool, you know. So there's lots of great banter there, you know, with all guys who all moved over. So it's all expats.
That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
So I love
that. Oh, I bet. Yeah. I bet it is good fun. Right, let's have a little chat about tomorrow night then, John. We'll get the boys in here because I don't know where Claudio's gone. He's probably gone to polish his shoes or something. So we'll get Ken in first because he's had a busy day. So let's keep Ken energized and keep him, you know, going. Ken, tomorrow it is going to be special, isn't it, mate? What's it mean to you, buddy, going there tomorrow with what's going on?
It's going to be emotional tomorrow, I think, if we do it, because it's a long time. I say it's got to be official, and I'd like to get everything official. And I know technically we're up, but tomorrow when we officially do it is the time where people will think back. God, 25 years, you know, how come it's took us? Why has it took us so long to get back? I was saying this to Gordon Strachan today when I was speaking to him, and we were talking about it, and he was devastated. Obviously, when we went down, he was the manager, and he said to me today he was going to quit. The plan was for him to leave. He was going to leave, and he got persuaded to stay on by Brian Richardson, and he didn't want to. He wanted because he felt so bad. He was going to leave, but he stayed on, and obviously it didn't work out. And he was eventually he left. But so 25 years on, it's going to be emotional. It's going to be party time. I'm just pleased for all the youngsters as well. You know, the ones that haven't seen us in the Premier League. There's plenty of them, and they're all loving it. They're, you know, and it would be nice for them to see a bit of top action at the CBS next year, wouldn't it? With all the big clubs coming along, because that eagerly awaited fixture list release, whenever it is in June, is it probably around there? June. That's when we'll be looking to see, mapping out our plans to which grounds, you know, people haven't been to and stuff like that, and pinching ourselves really and saying, "Are we really back?" Yeah, we are. You know, it's going to be weird, really weird, but looking forward to it. Looking forward to tomorrow night. It's going to be good. I think we'll do it. I think we'll turn it on tomorrow night. I think we'll have too much for them.
I mean, Jack, I'll come to you. We've got Jake in the background. We'll come to him very shortly. But Jack, I mean, tomorrow, Frank Lampard alluded in his press conference today on Sky. I heard the extra bit that you don't hear normally when you hear it on YouTube. But he said he doesn't want the players to be on holiday now. The job still isn't done. They've got 2.5 weeks left of the season. He wants to win the league now. He doesn't want anything less. He just wants the players to go out there and he wants to win this league now. You agree with that?
Yeah, it's in our hands. It's 2 wins out of 4. I mean, we're averaging more than 2 points a game, or about 2 points a game for this whole season. It is more than 2 points a game. So the fact that we need 6 points in 4 games is worse than the current form that we've been in for the entire season, which is just mad to get to this point and think, to be champions, we need to have a decline in form. To be champions, that's all it takes. So don't throw it away, lads. You know, Saturday was a blip. We tried our damn hardest. It just wasn't to be. Another day we win that 3-0 and all, you know, we don't even talk about what we were talking about last Saturday and Sunday. So it's just, yeah, get it over the line. Do it properly. Don't think it's already done, because it's not. It's not over until 2:30 at Watford on Vicarage Road in the 2nd of May. That's when it's done. Then you can go on the biggest holiday of your lives, because every single one of those players will deserve it. They will. But they've got 4 more games to show us, just put the cherry on top of this season. That's all it is. It's just put the cherry on top. And I know, Ken, you will keep saying we're back. To me, We're not back because it's never happened in my lifetime. It's an entirely new adventure. As Ken was saying, I've got 14 new grounds to go to, or 13, depending upon who gets relegated. Hopefully not Tottenham. So yeah, it's a whole new adventure, and I just can't wait. And for it, hopefully, almost definitely will be confirmed tomorrow night. And that's just going to be the start of an unbelievable year. I mean, we've had an unbelievable season, haven't we? But it's just the start of something even bigger and even better to be a Coventry City fan.
I was talking to Neil Thomas on Sunday after puppy school. I went in Greens and we had a coffee with his wife Julie. And I was saying, so how many weekends are we going away next year? Because you're going to be looking at Liverpool twice. And yeah, because you're going to be looking at going up there for Everton and Liverpool. So there's 2 weekends away. Manchester twice for 2 weekends away. Newcastle for a weekend away. It's all it's just going to be exciting, isn't it, really, to be honest? But Claudio, the biggest thing for me today, come out of the press conference, is there's no Sakamoto. Now, how does he play this? Because I can't see us making that formation with Thomas Asante again. Surely not.
The way he spoke, it sounds like he's going to, didn't he? He's very favourable towards EMC, so it wouldn't surprise me that he goes with it again. It wouldn't surprise. But to be honest, we should beat Blackburn with Thomas Asante out on the right wing. We are a better side. We've got a better squad. So, we should be able to do it. We should have beaten Sheffield Wednesday, Saturday, really, when you look at the chances we created. And Frank is right. He's played there already this season, and we've done okay. And he's played the number 10. We've done okay. So it's one of those, isn't it? I think he has better choices, but I think he likes Thomas Asante. So I think he'll go with him. I don't think... Would not surprise me if it's the same starting 11. The only change I would make is Sims in for right, because I don't think Haji covered himself in glory last Saturday at all. And we need a bit more metal up front tomorrow night, and I'm hoping that Sims will do that.
But would you bring Bobby in?
Oh, if he's fit, yeah.
In place of Kitchen.
Yes, I would actually. Yeah.
Okay. John, you what do you reckon?
I think I'd bring Bobby Thomas in. When I saw it play BTA and Radoni, the two of them both missed a lot of games. In neither can BTA. If he hasn't got his pace, he hasn't really got much else, has he? So, and he certainly didn't have his pace on Saturday, that's for sure. And Radoni is easing himself back into games now. He's still not fully 90-minute match fit. So I was just surprised he played them both. He didn't leave one of them on the bench and started with Esse, who's not really set the place on fire, but he's certainly fast and can get around the pitch. And but I think he's committed to his players. We definitely miss Tata. It's we've settled into a shape the last couple of months with the run since we come out of it, and Sakamoto has been part of that with the shape and working with Van Uyck going down. I think it was too much for him to expect him to go up to be fullback and winger as well. There was a massive gap there, but that's my thoughts anyway.
Yeah, no, totally get it. Now listen, right? We got our guest in the background, and I think Jack's going to take over for me on this while I just have a breather. Do you want to introduce him then, Jack?
Sorry, I was on mute there. Yes, I'll get Jake to introduce himself. So he's a content creator who reached out to us. He came to the Leicester game at home in January. He interviewed me. I went on the channel, said my piece, and we just want to hear Jake's thoughts. So Jake's coming to the game tomorrow. So we couldn't get a Blackburn fan. Jake's available, so he's going to give us his thoughts as a neutral. So good evening, Jake. How you doing, mate?
Good evening, everybody. How are we? Excited?
Yes.
Of course we are. So Jake, just a quick background on yourself then. I think you remember, I remember asking you, you're a Mansfield fan originally.
Correct.
So tell us a bit about your journey of being a Mansfield fan through your life.
For my sins, that's what I'll start with. I mean, I thought, as a kid, I was like, like most kids, really watching the Premier League quite a lot. I mean, I was always a Liverpool fan. I still, keep tabs on them, but not as much as I do Mansfield now. But after I finished uni, I was in Sheffield and didn't have much to do. And I can remember sitting looking out my window where I was living in Sheffield at the time, just scrolling mindlessly through the internet, just in my room doing absolutely nothing really. I can remember seeing these two red and white shirts walking past me, and I thought, oh, there was a game on at Sheffield United that night. So I thought, oh, I'll walk down. I got a ticket, went in. They were 3-0 down for 15 minutes. So I was watching them for a little bit. But then I heard my brother had got a season ticket at Mansfield, and I always thought Mansfield's my actual hometown. Obviously, living in Sheffield for so long after uni and all that. And it was like, 2017, 2018 where I really started going regularly. I mean, I always had a soft spot for them anyway, being from the area, of course. But after that, my brother had a season, I started going regularly at Mansfield. So 2017-18, Steve Evans was in charge. Favourites to go up that year from League Two, and then he left us like he always does for Peterborough United. And we had David Flitcroft come in and went from automatic promotion hopes to finishing just outside the playoffs. Sadly, not the best. But Mansfield's one of those teams, in League Two, they'll build you up to let you down. They've always been in and around amongst it. And then Nigel Clough comes in after we have a couple of managers. Flitcroft failed, John Dempster failed, Graham Coughlin failed. And then Cloughie comes in, gets us to from certain relegation out of the league to the playoff final in his first full season. And we lost to Port Vale, sadly. And we were never in that game at Wembley. Remember it really well. I was so confident. I've never been so confident in my life, and we were absolutely awful. We always pick. Mansfield's a team that always picks the worst time to have the worst performance. Always on a big day. And then the next season after that, we just missed out on the playoffs. And the season after that, we finally did it. We finally finished in the top three, and we're in League One where we remain today. And I think we're mathematically 4 points from safety with 5 games left. So I think we'll be fine, but. Mansfield, it's really opened my eyes a lot. To how better it is to actually be at the ground and watching a team rather than watching it on the telly. And in regards to the non-league stuff, I do. I mean, I did used to go watch Shirebrook Town, my actual hometown, when I was a kid, quite a lot. Then I went out of it for a bit and then went back into it. And since then, I started the blog, which is just written reports, and then naturally progressed into doing YouTube, really. So,
brilliant. So that 17-18 season, you said you started following. Obviously, Coventry were in League Two that year. It was following a 1-1 draw at Mansfield that Steve Evans departed, I believe.
Absolutely.
8 years later, Coventry City would finally be getting to the Premier League. I didn't think that at the time. I don't think any of the panel did. But you as a Mansfield fan, what's your take on our journey?
I mean, Coventry's always been a big club in my eyes. I mean, I think they were in the Premier League from the start until 2001. I don't know if they went down. I always remember watching Premier League years quite a lot, and I can always remember 2001. I think it was. I think he took it to the last day, or either that or the penultimate day. I remember Paul Merson scored a screamer at Villa Park, and I can always remember a sign of a fan saying, "We'll be back," with a sign like that.
That one there?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, absolutely.
Is that gentleman very, very there?
Oh, wow, John. I mean, obviously, at the time, I wasn't big into my first memories of football were World Cup 2002, but obviously, I've known Coventry. They were in the top flight for years and years before the Premier League, I can remember as well. So, always a massive, respectable club. I don't know what your thoughts are on the ground situation, leaving Highfield Road to the Rico, and obviously the problems you've had during that time, going to Northampton and Birmingham. I mean, I'm sure that was never on the agenda. But going all the way down to League Two, I know you had the issues with Sisu, didn't you? Going all the way down to League Two. I remember that season, I didn't have Coventry on me sort of acca to go up that year. But fair play that you did. And then, the season after that, League One, you battle for the playoffs pretty early on, didn't you? I think you just missed out that first season. Then I think in 2020, you finish in the top 2, I believe, or maybe even won League One. I can't remember.
Yeah, we won League One at COVID.
Yeah. So, obviously, when I went to that Leicester game this season, because I went to see you play West Brom a few years earlier, there was on the opposite side where I was sat next to the away end at Leicester this time. That far end was quite empty. I mean, that Leicester game was jam-packed to the brim, which I thought was class. And I mean, it's always a good atmosphere when you go to Coventry. And I know Coventry fans travel really well as well. So, I mean, it's a shame that Mark Romney couldn't take you all the way. That would have been some journey, wasn't it? League 2 all the way to the Premier League. I know he was a penalty shootout away, wasn't he, in 2023? But no, Coventry have hung in there, and it'll be great to see him back. Because I like to see the big clubs back in the big time. And like your Nottingham Forests, your Leeds. But at the same time, I also like Premier League to see new clubs go in. So I would deep down, I was cheering for Bristol City last season, even though I was with my mate at Sheffield United at Bramall Lane from that end, and at Wembley with them. But yeah, so it would be great to see a big club back in the big time, really, and hopefully for years to come.
Brilliant. Well, you can come back on as a guest because you called us a big club.
Yeah.
What got you into content creation then, Jake? What was it? Was it just a love of the game?
Yeah, I think pretty much. I think obviously doing the written blogs, I just try to be a bit traditional, try to be a bit different, but YouTube's where it's at. I think you just got to get with the times. And obviously, during that last season doing the blog, I was starting to put a lot of videos on. And I thought people were starting to murmur in the background, saying, "Go on, Top, let's do a YouTube channel. Go on, do one." So I thought, even my brother sent me a long paragraph saying, "I don't like reading your blogs. I think you've got the personality for it. Get yourself on YouTube." So I put a poll out there. 58 votes later, 64% yes. So that was the kicker for me. So I always used to like watching Smith on the road yet back again. So I thought I'll do the rate, because I rated Grams on the blog. I thought I'll rate Grams on the blog. I don't do the ratings bit anymore, but I've sort of took my own route, which has now included Sunday League for me.
So you do the full range of Sunday League all the way. Do you go to Premier League games, or is it just Championship?
I've not done much Premier League because I've fallen out of love a bit with the Premier League a bit, admittedly. Not to say that to put you off going there, because it's great to have Coventry back, of course. But I just think with the ticket prices in particular, I mean, I'm not against going to Premier League games, but there's obviously trouble getting tickets and all that. I mean, I would if I had access to it, definitely. But yeah, Claudio, what are you going to say, pal?
It's a link between Mansfield Town and Coventry City and Blackburn.
Right.
One of your old famous players, Ray Clark, who was at Mansfield Town, went to play in Holland, played for Ajax. He's actually in the Ajax Hall of Fame, unbelievably, as a forward.
Wow.
And he ended up being our chief scout, in a continental scout, when Gordon Strachan was in charge. There's a link to Kenny, who interviewed him today. And then he went on to be chief scout at Blackburn. But he scored in a massive shock. No doubt, John will remember it. Mansfield beat us in the FA Cup way back. We were in the top
I do.
And Ray Clark scored. And he was I think him being sold at the time, I wouldn't say saved your club, but went a long way to saving the club. That was back in the 70s.
Wow.
So I'll just chuck that in there.
So much heritage around, isn't there?
Yeah. But I actually interviewed him on our history podcast. He's a great guy and fascinating stories. And he loved his time as Mansfield. I know he's a hero back in the day back there.
Yeah.
That was it.
Fantastic. No, it's great to hear these stories. I mean, I'm sure you're all excited. I know one thing for certain: Coventry will sell out every single away end next season in the Premier League. That's the full allocation, by the way. That's not like, it seems like, because I was at Liverpool Crystal Palace this season in the League Cup where we got dumped 3-0. And you can see a small section of Palace. That won't be Coventry. It won't be Middlesbrough if they got up either. But
so obviously you came to the Leicester game in January at home.
Yeah.
Do you just like picking derby matches and watching them to get the feistiness?
Yeah, derby matches, I think, is where it's at. They're the ones that get the crowd up a lot more, I think. So yeah, experienced at all levels as well, even Sunday League. I mean, this Sunday I've got the Long Eaton Sunday League top 2 clash, where the home team could actually win the league if they win. So no, that'd be feisty. And I followed the home team in the FA Sunday Cup this season for a couple of games. But yeah, Derby matters at non-league. I mean, I was speaking to a few people up north because I was at the Northern League hop back at Easter weekend, staying in Bishop Auckland, and West Auckland Town was on the hop, the team that won the first ever World Cup, funnily enough. No, Sam North told that story. But one guy in the pub was saying that Bishop Auckland and West Auckland used to have a lot of trouble back in the 80s and 90s amongst fans because of the hatred. So many stories out there at all levels, you know. But I know Coventry Leicester had that little bit, because I know fans from all over say, "Oh, Coventry's got a rival with everybody," but who actually sings about them? Leicester do. We hate Forest. We hate Derby. Yeah, that's what they were singing, because I remember being at the Leicester Birmingham earlier in the season, so I thought I'll keep an eye out for that one. And yeah, I was really glad in the end.
Late comeback from us that game. It was 91st minute winner, I think it was. Did you enjoy the atmosphere? Was it what you expected to see from top end Championship football?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, I remember the game quite well. Leicester had a better first half, but I think looking at their team, the quality of it, they should have been 2 or 3 up, I think. Fair to say. But second half, I thought Coventry are going to come out fighting. They scored straight away, and I thought it was only one winner after that. And as you're right, being in the right place at the right time, really, back late on. I always remember that game because I'm not sat that close to the away end before, and I can remember doing my bits, just filming, and some Leicester fans looking over at me, and he's going like that. He's going, "Not bad," but at me, I'm like, what? I started going like that at him, and then a couple of words were exchanged, a few expletives from us both. The best thing about it is that towards kickoff, he looked at me and went like that. I did the same back. I thought, brilliant. And even you might, if I could show you tomorrow, actually, if I see you, but I'll point him out, because when Leicester scored, I turned over, he was looking right at me, celebrating in front of the camera. So it was really funny, to be fair.
Obviously, you're coming to the game tomorrow. Then again, you've picked it because have you picked it on the basis that you think Coventry will be promoted tomorrow? And obviously, as it comes down to it, a draw is enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Capture a famous moment, really, for you. Yeah.
Brilliant. So Claudio, Miles and myself, we're all travelling up on the same coach. Yeah. So we'll be at the ground about 7ish, I think we're due in. So we'll give you a shout when we're near. We'll come and meet you. We'll say hello. We'll do peace on your video. And we'll give you a shout out as well on our social. So just for our audience, where can they go and find you?
Topless at theturnstiles.com. That's where the blog is. There's a contact me tab there as well. And just on YouTube, same name, Topless at the Turnstiles. Please like and subscribe, by the way. Loads of playlists, loads of content on there at all levels. Hope you enjoy it.
I've got one more thing, Jake.
Yep.
Have you attended a miners' strike derby?
Oh, yes. Not up on the channel, but I've attended.
Explain to those watching, because it's Chesterfield and Mansfield, isn't it?
It is.
How bad is it?
One word I describe it: hatred. That's the word I describe it. I went to the first one in 2017 with my brother. Didn't see much trouble there because it was we got in the ground early. To be fair, just wanted to keep him out of the way because I knew what was about to unfold really. So we didn't see any trouble for that one. It was 2-2. It was a really good game, and it was the year Chesterfield went down. And they probably, just like I mentioned with Mansfield, Chesterfield probably best performance of the season. To be fair, it just happened to be our ground, but thankfully we didn't lose. We absolutely peppered them first half, but we were only it was 1-1 at half time. First time they went out their own half, they scored, and we equalised through Aidan White. Second half, they absolutely peppered us, and they got the goal, and we thought, we're going to lose to Chesterfield here. Bottom of the league, we're going to lose. And then first time we've been out our own half, all that half, and we score in the 87th minute, and we all went crackers. And then the set reverse fixture, me and my brother went again. 2,700 of us descended on Chesterfield. We'd just done Notts County a couple of weeks before, and where we'd nicked it in the 99th minute equaliser, best moment of that season. And then, all game we were singing, "Spy rights are going down." That just literally the song all the way through. In the end, we were held up at the bar by police, and some of us were getting a bit restless. Eventually, the coach did come and we didn't miss kick-off, thankfully, or else there would have been hell to pay. We won the game 1-0. Mal Benning scored at our end. And we from then on, we called him Sir Mal until he met to Port Vale and scored against us in the playoff final at Wembley. And then after the game, I mean, my brother was quite small at the time. The police was all about to let me in it. And I saw a bit of trouble as I was walking. As I was walking past their bar, I could hear, "We ate the goods in yellow and blue." And a Budweiser bottle just missed my head, literally just like that. It was so close, it smashed. And I thought I could have been in serious trouble there because I was actually going out with a few friends that night. I could have missed the whole thing. But we got out of there and they went down. And it took them a while to get back up. So, yeah, it was
that's the
sweet for us, really.
I think that's the season we drew there 0-0, wasn't it? Away from home at Chesterfield.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Was that the first game of the season, wasn't it?
About 10 games in. After the weekend after Yeovil away.
That's it. Yeah. It was, yeah.
Early on. But I don't think people realise that you get trouble in all kinds of divisions against the teams you don't even realise that there's some sort of rivalry. But of course, that goes way back to the miners' strike in the early 80s, doesn't it? You weren't even born.
I mean, like Grandad was in management in the mines back in the 80s as well. So he told me, Dad tells me all about it, about what really happened and all that. So yeah, but we have to put up with getting the old scab thrown at us all the way through from the teams. But yeah, part of the journey, really.
Yeah, brilliant.
Well, thank you very much, Jake, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Fingers crossed, guys. I'll keep you posted. I mean, I'm leaving straight from work. Just fingers crossed for traffic. That's all I'll say. But yeah, pleasure, gents. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot,
Cheers.
Jake.
Cheers, Jake.
See you guys.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Right. Just a quick announcement. Jack, I wonder if you could click something for me, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Quick announcement, everybody. Drum roll, please.
It's a sellout.
The Stag and Hen is now sold out. Yes, it's now sold out. The Stag and Hen next Thursday. It's a sellout. Thank you so much to everybody that's bought tickets for this. You will now receive a crinkle cut chip patch and a blue shot when you turn up for the evening. Also, a strip of raffle tickets as well. And we have half-time entertainment and full-time entertainment, and you don't want to miss it. There you go. Brilliant. Right, why is that not hiding? There you go. It's gone. Right, let's talk about tomorrow again then. John, what are you expecting from the Sky Blues tomorrow going into this? Because obviously there's a lot riding on it. They looked a little bit nervous on Saturday, I thought. A bit jittery in front of a record crowd of over 31,500. What are you expecting? Because obviously there's a big crowd again with the Sky Blue following, but do you think that will help them tomorrow?
Definitely. I mean, I definitely think the early kickoffs dull the crowd a little bit, and that doesn't have a great effect. It's the quietest I've ever heard Coventry City fans this season. You know, normally that do it, but as I say, it's an odd kind of time of the day to be kicking off at 12:30. Completely different atmosphere for a night game, isn't it? And just feels electric then. And with 7,500 fans, maybe a few hundred more dotted around the ground as well, from what I hear. But it should be an electric atmosphere. But we've all been to games when they've been like that. It's been really special. You know, I remember the Wimbledon away. Do you remember the Wimbledon away when Peter Unlove ran through and scored a goal? We won through, and we took about 12,000 down there. Fantastic day.
Everybody's on the pitch, weren't they, afterwards?
That's right. It was a great time, wasn't it? So it'll be a special thing. So the ones who are going, I just hope that we can do it without messing about now and dig in, and because obviously Blackburn need the points big time. So it's going to be a proper game of football. So at least they'll be as nervous as we will, you know. So there's no reason for the players to be nervous anymore. So as we say, mathematically it's done, but we're greedy now. We want the championship. We want the title. So I think it's important. It'd be a feeling of having lost something if we don't win it now, because, you know, it's in our hands, isn't it? You know, it's not something, you know, it was 59 years since the last time we won a title, of this kind of magnitude. So it's going to be special. So I hope they dig in. Players have had a rest. Frank the Tank looked pretty tired last Saturday as well, and didn't do much. But I wonder whether maybe, well, you'll see what they're like in training. But it was maybe a game for Josh Eccles to have started last Saturday, and then bring maybe BT on later on, but and let him run around for 25 minutes. But it's going to be a great atmosphere either way, isn't it?
It is, and Friday under the lights as well. Everyone's going to be setting off early. I think, is it 1 o'clock? I think we're setting off, something like that. It's just going to be, it's a lot better than those 12:30 kickoffs. They are a bit boring, but not only that, we got another night game on Tuesday, which it makes it special again, doesn't it? Having another game under the lights as well, especially at home. So I know what you mean. It is way better. I love Friday nights football. I think it's great. I'd like us to play night games all the time. I'd like us to be like Spain, and you have games at night on a Saturday. I think it's great. It just creates such a great atmosphere compared with early kickoffs and stuff like that. But TV pays the money, and we have to go where that is. And Wrexham's going to be a 12 o'clock kickoff. Jack, yourself, mate. I mean, it is going to be magical. What are you expecting from the Sky Blues? Do you think they are going to do this now? Do you think this is it?
Yeah, I think we had our blip last week, and it wasn't from lack of trying. Look, Claudio and I were quite downbeat on Saturday's show, but obviously we were at home to the worst team that the league's ever seen, and we didn't beat them. So of course we were a bit downbeat. But look, we had 20 odd shots. It was just the on target bit that was the problem. We didn't play brilliantly. We were slow, but we've had our blip. Like I say, they weren't a bad team. We didn't get beat. We now know we need to up the level. We will up the level. I'm sure that's been worked hard all week. And look, it was a shorter gap between matches. I know that shouldn't really be an issue, but playing Monday and Saturday as opposed to and playing late Monday night, traveling home Tuesday, you probably miss a training session in with that as well. Get a bit of recovery in. There was less time to prepare for that game. We've had a full week now from that game. We know exactly what we need to do. And obviously last Saturday, it was one of them that mathematically we couldn't do it during our game. So no matter what happened at our game, we weren't promoted when our game finished. Whereas to this weekend, tomorrow, we will be promoted mathematically, officially, at full time if we've at least drawn with Blackburn. There is no more motivation that you need. We keep saying it all season. These players shouldn't need motivation, but there is every last bit of motivation of you will be a Premier League player at 10 p.m. if you fail to lose, basically. Go out there, play your hearts out, and you will be Premier League players. Simple as. That's the only team talk you need, surely.
Not a bad incentive, is it?
No, not really. And all their pay will be going up 10%, 20%, won't it? Like, come on, lads. Get it up the line. Get your pay rise in. I'd do it.
I'm getting goosebumps with that team talk there. Getting goosebumps.
Good.
And they'll be legends forever, won't they? They'll be revered the way all those players from the previous generation were. It's the Willie Carrs and the Ian Gibsons and that. No, but people don't forget them of that era. They were superstars. Who never had a bad game. But so all these lads, they've all done the job. Whether they'll be playing next season or not, who knows? But very special, isn't it? They're carrying a whole city on their backs.
Yeah, but even that though, even if they're not a Premiership player and they do end up having to be moved on, they'll have it on their CV that they got promoted with Coventry City to the Premier League, and it could only mean that they will move to a different club and be able to, earn a little bit more money at another club as well. So it will benefit them no matter which way it turns. Ken, tomorrow night, I mean, we've got to go all guns blazing now. This is it. Got to go out. Just got to go out with a bang here.
Yeah, and I think they will. And I just want to add something to that. I think,
go on.
And I'm sure we all agree on here that Mark Robbins as well has laid the foundations to where we are today. Because he was there right at the bottom, and he's built the squad, and he's slowly built it up. And okay, he's no longer at this club, but he's laid the foundations for Frank to come in and take us up another level, if you like. And that's the level you've got to be at, and we've got to go up another level now in the Premier League. So I think we all agree. A little shout out for Mark Robbins as well for the job he'd done.
100%,
yeah. And a lot of fans, I think, will feel the same way. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be. We just got to go for it from the start. I think we've got to go for it from the start. There's no messing about. Just we know what we've got to do, and we've just got to go out there and play the football we've been playing all season. Because we can't mess about and the ball. You can always tell the first 10-15 minutes how the game's going to go, can't you? If they're going to go for it or not. And if they come out the traps fast, start attacking, then I think it's going to be an exciting game. If they sit back and sort of, which I don't think they will play for a draw, because that's not in our way of playing, I don't think, or Lampard's. I think Frank wants to, win the game, and we've got to go out there and win it. Simple as that. And we've got the players to do it. Blackburn played on Tuesday night, so they'll be a bit knackered as well. Obviously, they're not in the best. They've got a few injuries as well, by all accounts. So we should be all nice and fresh. We know where we all went wrong on Saturday. They have to make up for that, and just go from the start and get a couple of early goals to settle us all down, put us in a party mood.
Love it, Claudio.
Oh, where do we start?
Uh-oh.
It would be so like us, like I said when I was talking to you earlier, Miles, that on the back of 3 goalless draws, we get promoted out of this division, because it's such a mad division. It wouldn't surprise me if that happens tomorrow night, it ends up goalless. We are about to become only the second club in Football League history to go up and down the leagues twice. The other team is Luton Town. Some clubs have done it once, go up and down. We've gone up and down and up and down and up again, whatever. I think we're going to do it. I'm hoping to think we'll grab hold of the game or the scruff of the neck and win, basically. And it's mad to think, like John alluded to, we've got to win this league. Come Portsmouth, we'd have spent over 200 days at the top of this division. Apart from that little 5-day spell where we weren't top, there's only one team who deserves to lift that trophy this season, basically. And I don't care if we kind of stumble to it now, because that might happen, actually. We could lose tomorrow night, a Millwall draw. We still get promoted. It's that mad, isn't it, this table? But I'd like to think we go there. Ken said it. Let's start strong. Let's take the game by the scruff of the neck, take it to Blackburn, get the job done. You got 7,000 fans behind that goal. Do it for them at least, And I can remember from my days of playing hockey and football, and I used to make the lads laugh sometimes, because sometimes the team talk was, I used to stand there, they'd be waiting for it. I wouldn't say anything for ages, and I'd just go, just win. Basically, that's all you need to do. It's a game of football. Go out there and win. It's as simple as that. And people know what you got to do to win a game. You got to work hard. You got to put the energy in. You got to put the effort in. You got to run back when you lose your man. You got to fight for your guy next to you. You got to do all that. No hands on hips. No falling on the floor and moaning and groaning. Get yourself up. Get up there and win the battles. You win your battles against your player, your marking. You get on top of them. You win the game of football. It's that simple. Put the effort in. We'll do this tomorrow. I'm convinced of it. And I want to see an away win. It's been too bloody long.
Wow. I'll tell you what. That's very good, Claudio. More goosebumps on my arm.
It's
like?
Momentous. Miles, it's momentous. This is incredible. It's incredible for Jack. For us old uns, got one here next to me, John as well, who's a bit older than me. I didn't think, when you held that banner up, I thought, put that down, you idiot. It's never going to happen. And I think...
You won't be the first person to say that either, mate.
Yeah, I remember you put that up thinking, oh, yeah, that's it. I was convinced we'd never see the light of day in the Premier League ever again.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And it's almost like when you held that up, I thought, he's jinxed it now. It's never going to happen.
Well, he did for 25 years.
I have.
If I had a dartboard, John, it would have been on the dartboard.
He had to move to Australia. Everyone was lynching him about it.
That's why. All criminals, they sent them to Australia. Off you go.
Well, talking about that sign, let's remind people you can see us outside the ground tomorrow, inside the ground. I will have, just under 200 of these because I've got to give some out on the coach. Come and grab one. Let's get these up in the crowd tomorrow. I'm sorry I couldn't do 7,500. I really am. But I had no chance of convincing my boss. So he was kind enough. They were kind enough to let me use their printer. So grab one of these off us tomorrow. And if you haven't already tonight and you're new to watching the channel, please give us a like and subscribe. And if you join for $1.99 or $4.99, you get exclusive access to the History Podcast. And also you get loads of little emojis that you can put on the screen, which they will be changed for next season. I wonder what it could be. I wonder what one of them could be. Brilliant stuff. Now, listen, let's get some scores then. And Jack's got some stats as well. Ken, give us a score.
Well, I think we're going to do it in style. I think we're going to win 3-1 tomorrow night.
Okay. Claudio.
I've been saying 0-0 all week, haven't I? Yeah. I'll tell you what, I need the points. I'm going to go 0-0. I'm just going to say 0-0 because it would be a point and it will get us there anyway. I want a 0-0. It really annoys the second tier podcast.
I'm one of these. I've always believed, we were when we were 6-1 down against Bayern Munich and we were 2-1 up with 10 minutes to go. I was still praying to get the extra goals. I still believed we could do it. So I'll go 2-0. I did think 3-1 like Ken, but I'll go 2-0.
2-0, brilliant. Well, you know what they say. All we had to do last week is all we had to do. All Coventry City had to do. That's all they had to do is beat bottom of the table Sheffield Wednesday, but they couldn't do it.
Yeah. I was looking at the league tables. I go over these. I analyse these over and over, and I had to come up with a theory. It's that the point we gained might have been the point which won us the league anyway. It might well be enough.
Well, what they say, John, if you can't win it, don't lose it.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
You need to do it.
And look what happened at Blackburn 3 years ago. About this same sort of time. Ben Wilson, last kick of the game virtually, come up from the corner. Dave Kay goes, far post, not near post. Ball comes in near post, off Ben Wilson and goes in. Shows what Dave Kay knows. Jack, give us a score.
I'm going 2-0. It's funny, Claudio goes on about drawing 0-0. Weirdly, we haven't drawn 0-0 back-to-back in about 3 or 4 seasons. I did look it up for a show a couple of weeks ago. But the last time we had back-to-back 0-0s, we actually drew 3 games in a row 0-0. So if this was 0-0, it would equal that from 3 or 4 years ago. I don't think it will happen. I think we will win 2-0, a goal in each half. And I think BTA gets one of them.
Brilliant. Well, listen, I want this trophy. I want that trophy because all the big teams have won that trophy. Arsenal have won it. Liverpool have won it. Everton have won it. Leeds have won it. I want that trophy. Man United have won it. I want that trophy. That's the trophy I want. I want that trophy in our cabinet. So I'm going tomorrow night. Are you ready for this? 3-0.
3-0.
3-0 tomorrow. I'm bottom of our league, John. Jack will bring it up. Look at this, like.
Yeah.
Bring it up, Jack. There's the league. I'm bottom. Look at that.
All right, yeah. 28 incorrect results.
I'm only 1 point behind.
Yeah, I need to do a Southampton.
Yeah, I think you do.
But you see, I'm changing the rules of this now. If I get the results right for the next 4 games, I get 50 points per game. So I'm going to win it.
Hold on. Results or scores? Results or scores?
Results. 50 points
No.
per game I'm getting. Yes, I am.
No.
Yes, I am. No, because, right, John, I don't know if you've seen it, but the reason I've got 28 incorrect results is the 28 games, I said we were going to lose 3-2.
Yeah.
Because we went on a winning run every time I said we lost 3-2. So
yeah,
I deserve to get me points back, don't I, John?
Yeah, I think as a fellow DJ, I think I'll agree with you, mate.
Thank you very much.
And who cares as long as we win?
Exactly, as long as we win. Don't care at all. Right, Jack, you've got some quick stats, and then I want a quick chat with Ken about Gordon.
Yeah, so I was just looking at head-to-head versus Blackburn. The last 10 games, we haven't lost to Blackburn Rovers. In fact, in the last 7, we've won 5, drawn 2. And in those 7 games, we've only conceded 1 goal. So the recent history against Blackburn is very, very good. In the current season form table, over the last 6 games, we're actually 3rd, which is a shock. 3rd on goal difference. Blackburn 9th with 2 wins in the last 6. But when you look at Blackburn's last 10, they've still only got 2 wins. And actually, they're 20th in the form table over the last 10 games. At home, Blackburn Rovers are at home. At home, Blackburn are 23rd in the league table, only better than Sheffield Wednesday at home. They have only amassed 20 points in the league at home in 21 matches. They've lost 9 of those games, drawn 8 and won 4. They are abysmal at home. Away from home, they're actually pretty good. They're 11th in the table. Not that they're away from home, but I'm just showing you the comparison. Weirdly, in the away table, Coventry City have lost top spot to Millwall after we drew away at Hull the other week. We're actually in 2nd in the away form table. Only a point behind Millwall, having played the same amount of games, but I don't see us dropping points to Blackburn tomorrow, and I really think we are going to win. So we'll reclaim the top spot on our away form table that we rightfully should get. So yeah, I just don't think there's anything to worry about. We've got a nice recent history against Blackburn. In fact, we've only lost 2 of the last 20, if you want to go back that far. And one of those was a League Cup game when we were in League 2. So I don't think we've got anything to worry about. They don't tend to score against us. So Blackburn will win 1-0. There you go.
So what you're saying is, Jack, the only thing that's going to beat us is the weather.
Yeah. The downpour tomorrow afternoon. Game will be postponed.
Oh, that would be killer, wouldn't it? Winning 1-0 and then the game gets called off with about 10 minutes to go. And the thing is, if their game hadn't been called off against Ipswich, we'd be basically there, wouldn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, but do you know what, though? Do you know what? Ipswich are bottling it. I don't know if you've seen that. That was the Arsenal fan last week.
I've seen that picture before, yeah.
Man City fan, Man City fan. Against Chelsea, weren't it?
Yeah.
So. Right. Excuse me. Ken, last 5 minutes then, because we kept John long enough as well. You've been down to London today. It was meant to be me, but you filled in for me because I've been poorly. Yeah. How did it go? What was you doing?
Well, you loved it, to be honest. It was good. It was enjoyable. And
Thanks.
I was down in London doing an interview with Gordon Strachan, actually, of all people. And we had a long chat about Coventry City. His actual grandson will be at the game tomorrow at Blackburn, he was telling me. So, and he was bigging up Cov. I know a lot of people have sort of got, saying a lot of things against Gordon because he was in charge when we got relegated, etc. But he was devastated when it happened, and he was going to leave. He was telling us he was going to leave on the day after he was planning to leave. When Richardson decided to step in and persuade him to stay because he was adamant he was going to leave. That was it. but he's saying, and obviously, he did leave eventually. The coming season, he would have liked to see us get back into the top flight as soon as possible. He didn't think it would be 25 years, though, as he said today. He thought we'd be back long before that. But obviously, with there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes at the club as well, which obviously fans didn't know about. Players, he had to sell, obviously, Robbie Keane and Gary McAllister, two massive signings, two massive players. And he couldn't replace them, basically. And he said he was struggling. And that was a major factor in him, and his going down, unfortunately. But there's a lot of things he went through. I mean, basically, what was going on, there was a fan of every club he'd played for and managed within interviewing him, and we got 10, 15 minutes each to ask him questions on his career. And that's been recorded. That will be released a bit later on in the year or whenever they're going to release it. I'm not sure what the date is, but you'll be able to see that. But it was good. It was interesting. And some of them, when I brought up the question, because he's carried on playing till he was 40, didn't he, for us? And some of them were going, 40? Sure. I goes, yeah, he played he's 40. They couldn't believe he actually played. Some of the Southampton fan who was sitting next to me, he said, well, he played till he was, I goes, yeah, he played for us till he was 40. But that wasn't the plan. He said it was never the plan for him to play that many games. But Big Ron was so canny, if you say, when he brought him in. He was adamant he wanted him on the team sheet. But Strachan didn't plan to play that many games, but it's just the way it worked out.
Did he mention that he came on as sub at the same time as Frank Lampard's first substitution?
Yeah, we spoke about that. He says, yeah, it was bizarre, really, because he's seen the photo floating about, I think, on online and stuff. And he was telling us how he thinks Frank's done a fantastic job. And he goes, his grandson keeps telling him to come up. And he's took when they were younger, they've gone up a little bit now, but he used to take them up and watch Cov quite a lot because he still lives locally. He lives in Leamington, doesn't he? And he was saying, he used to take him up and watch the Cov, and he had to sort of put a flat cap on or whatever, try and disguise himself because he didn't want to be could he get a bit of criticism probably off some of the fans. I think he's probably a little bit, I don't know whether he's a little bit embarrassed about what happened, but he felt bad about what happened at the time, and he didn't honestly think it would be 25 years before, but he's absolutely delighted they're back. He said they're back where they belong, and he said, and he pointed out to me as well about Robbins. He says a lot of it's got to go down to Mark Robbins as well because of the foundations he made to get us where we are in the position we are now. And he realised that. He says, I went up when they were in League Two and League One. He was taking his grandsons and that up there to watch Cov, and he built a team. He built a solid foundation from where the club was, rock bottom, with the owners they had. Which were terrible, obviously, as we know. To do all that with no money and stuff like that, it was just fantastic. He did such a good job. And he, as he said, Frank's took over and he's coming in and it's worked like clockwork really, and he's just been fantastic. Such a good run, and he said it's always going to be a special club to him. So that's why when he went to Southampton. As manager, he left Cov and went to Southampton, didn't he? And he lived in Southampton for a while, and then he left Southampton, and then he was chatting with his wife, and he said, "Look, I'm going to move back to Coventry because he loved it so much. That's why he moved back to Cov. He lived just outside Cov, isn't it? And he said it's such a nice area. Still got a lot of friends there. He said, and that's why I moved back, and he's still there now, the very day."
Yeah, his grandkids have been season ticket holders for years. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember meeting him when I used to work for Audi. I was in the service department. He used to bring his wife's car in for a service, and we used to chat with me in there. And he always used to tell me that his grandkids are season ticket holders up at the City, and they've been going since they were young. And then it was mad. One day, we'd we'd drawn at home. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Blackpool or someone. And I was living in Finham then, up by where Jack lives. And me and Will, we popped into home base. And as we pulled into the car park, and then there was this Jag pulled up by the side of us. And I turned around and went, "Oh, Will, look, it's Gordon Strachan." And he was sat in the car while his missus went into home base. And I wound the window down and had a little chat with him through the window of the car. It's quite funny, really, how you bump into people like that.
He really is a nice guy. He really is a nice guy. Really worth. And I was amazed sitting there listening to the rest of his career, like when he was at Leeds, because there was like a Leeds fan there, going through how he did at Leeds and how he came to leave Leeds to come to Cov. That was all of a sudden, by the way, that happened. He said in training he just got called over to one side by I think it was Howard Wilkinson, who was the manager at the time. Said, "Look, Big Ron wants to take you to Coventry." He goes, "Well, I don't want to." He wanted to stay at Leeds. He goes, "No." He goes, "Talk to them because I think they want to put you in as like an assistant manager sort of thing. It'd be a good move for you." And he persuaded him. He goes, "Oh." So after talking to Ron, he said, "Yeah, it was a good move for me." I spoke with his family, and he said, "Yeah, that's how he ended up here." And but he didn't expect it to be sort of managers that's so quick. To be honest, he thought he'd be under Ron for a few years before he actually got the job. But as things turned out, Ron decided to go upstairs, didn't he, to director of football or whatever they call it, and then they put Gordon Strachan in as a manager. But he certainly didn't plan to play as many games as he did. That was never on the horizon. But I did ask a question about Dion Dublin before anybody asked. The Dion Dublin scenario when he refused to play in that game against Luton, if you all remember. So he said, basically what he told me, he said, "Look, I had conversations with his agent. I told his agent where to go, basically, because his agent was causing all this unrest. And he said to Dion, he said, 'Look, you owe it to your players to play in that game. You are employed by Coventry City to play in that game. You're under contract to us, and I expect you to play in that game.' He said, and I left it there. He said, 'That's why I'll leave it with you, Dion.' And he never played. And that's what happened. So Gordon was a bit upset about, I think, what happened there. Obviously, his agent had a lot to do with it. But yeah, he did obviously refuse to play in that game, and that was true, because there was a lot of fury about that at the time, wasn't there? Because he obviously was going to Villa as well.
Yeah, it was. I was at the game at Luton. It wasn't a very nice game, and the rumour was going around then. So we lost as well, I believe, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was one of the worst performances of the season. It was terrible.
Yeah, dreadful, wasn't it?
Was that the one where
at the end?
Was that the one where we were all singing "You're not fit to wear the shirt" and that?
Yeah.
It was awful. Yeah.
And
not fit to wear the shirt. Yeah.
Gordon said that, and Strachan said afterwards, he said, "Look, he got a lot of stick. The fans were obviously not happy. Obviously, we got beat as well, and the performances. But it was out of his hands. The transfer was obviously decided from above that they were going to sell him. But he was disappointed in Dion not playing in that game. He said he owed it to the players and the supporters to play in that game, and he decided not to. So, but he said, he still speaks. He said he sees Dion now and again in the media. He says he hasn't fell out with him at all, but it's just an individual decision. He says, it's one of them things.
Yeah.
But
he was a great player for us, Dublin, wasn't he?
He
done a lot for this club.
Absolutely. We talked a lot about the games. That game down at White Hart Lane when we had to win. When we had to stay up. And that nail biting game, which is probably one of the most nail biting games I've been to. And he was saying, Gary Pendry, his assistant manager, he says, wanted him to come on. He wanted him to play because Huckabee was knackered. He wanted to get Huckabee off, and he wanted Strachan to go on. He goes, get on there, because Hook's knackered. Get him off, because he's getting the ball away, and we could end up conceding. And Strachan was going, no, I'm not going on. He didn't want to go on. He did not want to go. He said, I couldn't go on. He said he just felt he didn't want to change it. He wanted to keep it as it was and would get through it. Because I had to thank Oggy for it at the end, because Oggy made some brilliant saves, didn't he, that night or that day?
Oh, yeah.
And obviously they were well aware the other game had finished. Sunderland were playing, weren't they? So they'd finished, and they were going to be relegated if the results stayed the same. So they were just hoping the results stayed the same, and it did. We won the game, and Sunderland went down. So, but yeah, they're all well aware on the bench about the scores and stuff. So it's funny because the Tottenham bench was arguing with the refs, telling him he's coaching from the side. Because he was on the bench, he was allowed to run up and down the touchline, and do some warming up exercises. He goes, I only went down there to ask Huckabee if he was all right. Are you okay? Say, do you want to come on? And they were going, oh, he's coaching. And the ref goes, no, he's sub. He's allowed to do. He's allowed to come up there. He pretended to do all these exercises, but really he was doing a bit of coaching, on the side, to the players, to tell them not to lose the ball and that. But yeah, that's some of the things we spoke about. So,
we'll be able to watch it. We'll be able to watch it soon, won't we? It was midnight. Well, is it the midnight podcast or something?
Yeah,
the gambling thing.
Yeah, really good. And it was. They have various players on, don't they? And they've done a few with different players, Michael Owen and a few others in the past.
Yeah. Well done, mate. Excellent stuff. I'm glad you got to go down, and the pictures look brilliant. So well done. Absolutely superb job representing our channel as well, which is fantastic. So superb. Right, let's get a few more last comments, and then we're going to wrap it up and let John go because he wants to get back to bed for an hour.
This is from Ross Chambers. I remember being a very young Sky Blue fan, and Uncle John and my dad would be at the Coventry matches, and myself, brother Ryan, and John's son Liam would be in our full kits around at our nan and granddad's, listening to the match on the radio. Wonderful memories.
Yeah, hi Ross. How you doing, mate? Good to hear from you.
Paul Stratton, John, the situation you've been in, memories you still have. Think it's time for another book. Think you would be onto a Sky Blue bestseller. Hope you get it done.
I was just going to say,
never say never.
Yeah, with all the stories you've told us tonight, mate, absolutely fantastic. I bet there's loads more. We'll have to do another show with just you.
Yeah.
Dave Lawrence says, the day we got relegated, I was working out in Kuwait, sat in a hotel coffee shop watching text updates come through on my phone. Most depressing day of my life. And no alcohol, dry country, awful time.
Oh, yeah.
Trevor Merriman, all these great memories in 25 years on Sky Blue Fans TV. All of you younger generation of fans will be reminiscing about when we got promoted in 2026.
Absolutely.
Mark O'Sullivan, the pain of going down was nothing you could ever describe at the time. I was running a pub in Hull at the time, and my patron said, you'll never go down, because if the Titanic was built in Cov, it would never go down. Well, no, look what happened. Paul Stratton says, just hope the boys put on a performance at Blackburn. Let's get it done with a performance Frank totally focused. Time to show the championship the real Coventry City.
But it's the worst championship league ever this year.
True. Don't win. Blackburn of 13 on the injury list, so no excuses tomorrow. We should have more than enough to see this over the line, but Tats is going to be a big miss. Dave Granigan, we are going to do it. I hope we can be this weekend, but I'm so confident we can do it. We as fans just need to stay behind the team, the lads, be loud and enjoy every minute. Paul Cuttaford, Thomas for Kitchen, SA down the right, BTA up front with Hadji. Also, I'll read a couple of these out. Craig Robinson, it seems Brighton are looking for another goalkeeper. Hopefully that means Rushworth will stay with us, hopefully on a permanent, not another loan. I see Ipswich Newcastle snooping for a signature too. Will King, he says, you're back. The journey continues. And he also says it's great to see lots of shaven people on the panel. They like to see so many clean shaven faces.
Yes.
Success is defo, clean shaven. Come on. Yeah,
I need to go and get some more of his gel. I need to get some more, actually.
Back, sack, and crack as well.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe you, yeah, but not me.
I'll do that for charity.
No, I'm having a tattoo, thanks. That's enough. Thank you very much.
Which is
That's
more
enough,
Claudio,
Wayne.
Can we record it? Can we record it for the channel?
Oh, yes. No. I mean, Lee Lishman, just thinking. If
We could record it on the same day because he's got a parlour upstairs.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Just thinking we sign Rushworth on Onyeka for 25 million just to stand still with our squad. Have we still enough to spend to actually strengthen the squad team next season? We've got loads. We'll have hundreds of millions to spend. Don't worry. Mr. King will not want to come down.
Well, we've already spent 50 million, apparently. That's what second tier think.
Idiots. Paul Stratton, John, great shout out. Ian Gibson, most gifted player I've seen in a sky blue shirt. What a player. Robin said he couldn't do it without the fans and he got us back. That was back on track.
Did. Brilliant.
Will King, my confidence is strong. I'd like to hear it. This is from Kevin Turner. Blackburn only have 3 games, including tomorrow. The other 2 are Sheffield United away and Leicester at home on last day. They won't be able to risk playing for a draw, so we'll have to have a go for us so it suits us. And this is Jordan. Our Jordan Williams performing. I'm late to the party tonight. Sorry, guys. I'll catch up tomorrow on the coach.
Well, if you're wondering, Saturday, if you're coming down to the celebration promotion party at my venue, Jordan will be performing during the day, and I have a solo guitarist as well performing during the day to give me a break from DJing. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Paul Stratton made a comment on the second tier podcast. I've been blocked.
That's because we're going to the Premier League. They don't want any Premier League fans on there.
Yeah. David says Blackburn will do the utmost to frustrate us, just like Oxford and Sheffield Wednesday. We need to play both Wright and Sims. David, promise me, if we get the point we need, please cheer up. That's what I was going to say. Because sometimes, David, you know, we are top of the championship. Please do remember that. Not every player is perfect. Funny we have a good record against Blackburn, but 12 miles west at Preston, we couldn't even win a raffle, says Lee Lishman.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just read this one. Carl Abbott says, a quick thought for all those Sky Blue fans who never got the chance to see this happen. It's going to be great and emotional.
Yeah, I've got 2 mates who died in the last year. Nick Newbold, who just had the rugby ground named after him, Cov Rugby.
Yep.
He was a massive, played for Whitmore, our team, and Tommy Atkins, massive Coventry, lifelong Coventry City fans, and they missed out. They went a year too early. It's really sad. So I'm thinking of those 2 boys over the next few days.
Mm.
And what? Yeah, I was only 2.
Everyone else that has passed.
Yeah, I was only 2 when we got promoted to the old First Division. So this is new to me as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
To see this promotion.
It was a special time back then. It was called the Sky Blue Rocket into Europe. That was the thing. And there was this big Sky Blue rocket which used to be outside the ground. So we used to try nicking it, me and my friend Dennis. So it was to do with George Curtis. He was on the pools then trying to get the pools office going to get more money into the club. But that was it. Rocket into Europe, they said, and we got to Europe 2 years later.
Well, if you're travelling up on a coach, it's only an hour and 20 minutes, not the coach travel. But I did the podcast with Jim last night, the Sky Blue History podcast. We talked about the run-in of 66, 67. Fascinating listening to Jim, the stories. And on top of that, the the similarities between the 8 seasons from the old Division 4 to Division 1 and League 2 now to the Premier League. It's taken exactly the same amount of time. So it's interesting to... It's a good podcast, I think. It's one of our best. Anyway, I'm going to plug it.
Well, it goes live on here tomorrow at 1 p.m. So when people are getting on their coaches, they can watch it. So there you go.
Well, if you don't look at me, it's
right. Yeah, it's on Spotify. Right. Just a couple more announcements then before we go, because we've kept John long enough and I've got to go because I'm feeling rough. End of season promotion party, 2nd of May, down at the Old Shepherd. Come and see us. There'll be face painting, bouncy castles, all things sky blue. Wear your sky blue shirts and everything. It's free to come in. It does start at, 11:30 a.m. But I won't be there until 7:30 p.m. because I will be at Watford. So the party does start early because they'll have the game on, obviously. And then I will be down there around about 7:30. So come down. That is the promotion party at the Old Shepherd. If you are coming to the promotion party on Saturday at my gig, 2 entertainers joining us. Absolutely fantastic. Dan at Dillon's. I will be there from 2 p.m. The acts start at 3 p.m. and go on until 9 p.m. And then we're going to just play music all the way through to the early hours of the morning. I don't know how I'm going to get through it, but I'm going to try. It's going to be absolutely superb. So please come down and enjoy yourself. If you've got tickets, it is sold out. 700 people coming down on Saturday.
Wow.
700 people. I am going to be a nervous wreck playing in front of 700 people. That is for sure. Never done it. Instinct. I have booked my tattoo, 6th of May, 6 o'clock. So it's a Wednesday. The guys that are coming down with me, Vicky, Ken, Jack and Claudio, they're going to come and video it. And then we'll get some video clips up on the social media. And you can have a look at me having my tattoo. And I'm absolutely pooing my pants for that one. And finally, 2 more things, sorry. We are sold out for the Stag and Hen. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Superb. Thank you so much. And see me outside the ground tomorrow. Come and grab one of these. Yes, we've got John on tonight, who had the original poster, which was this one. We'll be back. And guess what? We've done a reversion of it. We're back. And please come down and grab one of these off me. If I'm not outside, I'll be inside. I'm in the lower tier. Come and grab one. It's going to be brilliant. So thank you very much indeed. Yeah. There you go.
Just a message from Mark Rainbow. I have to say, John has terrible taste in wallpaper. You can see why he never made it as an interior designer.
Very true.
All right,
yeah, with the wallpaper, actually, it was a bit of anaglipta. It was in the garage. It was left over from the old dear we bought the house from up in Binley Wood. So it actually wasn't mine. So we had plaster on our walls.
Sean was that Dennis the Menace. I lived in Highfield Road and he was a menace, says Steve Curry.
Yes, it's amazing. I was a bit hyperactive, a busy child.
Brilliant. Listen, John, have you enjoyed yourself?
Been great. Really enjoyed it. It's just a buzz talk to sit with some Coventry lads and talk about the club. So it's special. Yeah, I've woke up now. I'll never get back to sleep now.
Well, we're so pleased you came on.
We may have enough points yet now. So, keep the faith, boys.
Brilliant, and thank you for coming on. Absolutely brilliant. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully you can come on again and tell us a few more stories. Probably through the summer, when we're bored of the World Cup.
I'd love to.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. We could just do one show with you and just talk. Yeah, that'd be ace. You can tell us everything. It'd be superb. And I'll take notes and then I can write a book and take you in on it. There you go. There we have it. Jack, are you all excited now, mate? Are you going to sleep tonight, or are you a little kid at Christmas waiting for Father Christmas to come and leave a present? You're going to sleep?
I'll sleep. I've done a lot of work around my house this week. I've done a deep clean of my kitchen today, so I'm knackered, physically knackered. So I will sleep well, but I've got 4 alarms tomorrow. I've got the speaker with a shirt on it so I don't forget the speaker this time, because I actually forgot the speaker up to Hull, which is the first time I've ever done that in about 3-4 years. Yeah, I'm all ready. I'm buzzing. Let's go and do it and have fun.
You might be able to, if it's a double deck, you might be able to Bluetooth your phone to the radio and plug it through the stereo.
I'm still bringing the speaker.
And by the way, I've been told you're not allowed to do the music. I've got to do the music tomorrow. That's what I've been told. That's what I got told last week. And I'm going to tell you that one. Ken, you enjoyed it. I know you're knackered, mate. You got to go. You got to get some sleep. You all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm at work tomorrow. I'm early, so but it's only a short day because I'll be travelling up, obviously, to Blackburn in the afternoon. I'll meet you guys up there.
Brilliant. Lovely. Can't wait to see you up there, mate. Absolutely superb. And well done today. Brilliant job. Absolutely superb. Well done, mate. And Claudio, I think I'm going to ring your missus and tell her to lock the door and don't let you out.
You know what? I'm going to work for the most pointless 4 hours tomorrow morning. I don't know why I'm going in, actually. I should have just put the whole day off. I've got me spice rum ready.
I got mine ready.
You're allowed on the coach with that?
I'll disguise it. And
that'll be gone. I've got mine.
Can I just say good luck to Jo Chamberlain? She's running the Boston Marathon this weekend. This girl never misses a game, but she's at peace with this, apparently, having to miss tomorrow night. But she's waited since COVID to do the Boston Marathon. So good luck, Jo. And
good luck, Jo.
She's coming straight back for Portsmouth. How's that?
Brilliant. Brilliant. Superb. Right, that's it then. We've done. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, John, for coming on and joining us.
Yeah,
and
cheers.
I hope you get another hour's kit, mate.
Yeah, my pleasure, boys. Delighted to be with you. Enjoy
Brilliant.
tomorrow.
Cheers, thank you. Stay where you are as well. We'll have a quick chat after. But we are off now. We're going to get to bed. We're going to get up early. We're all excited. Oh, man. We're excited. Guess what? We're top of the league, and we need one more point to be mathematically on the old promotion P next to our name. By the way, John, you never know. They might put your face on the programme for the last game against Wrexham. You never know.
That'd be a nice touch, wouldn't it?
Because Doug does watch this show. Doug does watch this show. Yes, he does. Yeah. Oh, he's got my Jamaican international player there. Look, Latabodier. Anyway, listen.
We've never lost this season.
Exactly. There you go. Right, listen, big play up Sky Blues. We are top of the league. I'm going to leave you with our outro. Thanks to Elephant Head. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow at Blackburn. Come on, you Sky Blues.
Come on.
Blues. Come on, boys.
Sky Blue Fans TV.